Good morning. Happy Friday. How are you guys doing today? Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day in the Queen City. Charlotte, North Carolina has gotten off to an amazing start because it's not hot. It's not too cold. The sun is shining and all seems to be well in the Queen City. Yes, my good people. Yes, my beautiful people. We have made it to Friday. Take a deep breath and give thanks for any challenges that you overcame this week, for any attacks of the enemy that you survived and you pushed through. You may have not won the battle, but you're definitely going to win the war, right? Yes. I hope that you've had your coffee this morning, and if not, I hope that you are on your way or en route to get it. And I also want to address those who are having their first cup of coffee this morning. May God bless you. That liquid gold that goes down the back of your throat the first thing in the morning is so soothing. Oh my goodness. It's almost as if it's capable of giving you, oh my God, the best orgasm that any liquid can give you. It is that serious. Yes, it is. Tonight, guys, Access 21 will be airing DivaSpeaks Relationship Talk Show at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you tune in. You can tune in via Spectrum Cable, AT&T Uverse if you have a Roku television, or if you have Wi-Fi, you can view the show live stream by the television station's website, which is tvaccess21.com. So that is 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of my listeners, my supporters, my subscribers. You guys have made this an amazing journey. DivaSpeaks Relationship Podcast has reached just a little bit over 11,000 downloads, and I could not have done this without you. And I know that number may seem small in comparison to the major podcasters out there, but for a woman like me who gives thanks in all things and never despises the day of small beginnings, I count it a joy and a blessing to have made it this far, because I am a one-woman show, and none of this could have been possible, first and foremost, without God, and second of all, without you and your support. And thank you again for tuning in and making the show a success, to the point that now the show is being televised. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. And I pray that God continues to bless you and your endeavors, and that heaven smiles upon you. All right, let's get it right this Friday. We're going to get this right, honey. Yes. So with that being said, don't forget, guys, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is DivaSpeaks, _sign official. DivaSpeaks, _sign official. You can find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is DivaSpeaks Relationships. That would be technically facebook.com, /True Diva Speaks. Facebook.com, /True Diva Speaks. Now, from there, you can have or join the Facebook group, which is growing. And I'm trying to get my group members to be more engaging. I think they're kind of shy. So I need some of my vocal supporters who don't mind voicing their opinions to step up to the platform, join the group, and let's get some conversation started in the Real Women Candid Conversations group on Facebook. Again, my Facebook group is Real Women Candid Conversations. So let's get some conversation started. Yes, guys. And I also want to give you my website. My personal website is diva-speaks-official.com. Now, don't spell the word dash. That is the symbol dash. Again, diva-speaks-official.com. That is a one-stop shop for everything, all things related to DivaSpeaks relationships. And I invite you to visit the website. You can also email me If you should have a question, something about a relationship issue, or you just want to remain anonymous and you just want to bounce something off of me, email me. My email address is divaspeaksofficial@gmail.com. Once again, divaspeaksofficial@gmail.com. Yes, honey. Again, happy Friday. Let's get into it. So, guys, I had a show scheduled for yesterday, a live show. I had a special guest, Miss Ivory K, was supposed to be on this show, and we were going to be discussing manipulation and no more fluff. I'm not going to get into that now, but I'm going to explain to you what brought about this particular topic: false advertisement. Stop lying. Please stop it with the lies. Ooh, child. Okay, so I have been promoting for my talk show. The episode title is It for Sale? Is it for sale? I've been promoting it because that was the show that was originally supposed to air tonight. A brand new show where I really got into some things and some different mindsets and things that we were taught that we tend to manifest as adults in our adult relationships. And everything was going quite well. Well, let me tell you what happened. So I'd hired this person who has been doing my editing for my shows. And the person stepped to me, actually. They stepped to me and they presented themselves as a true professional. And they described what they would as they're a professional. They have this certain skill set. They would be able to get the job done based on what I wanted and what I wanted to see. Well, I have so far 3 shows under my belt. The one that was scheduled to air tonight didn't get aired. But, from the very first show, I noticed some things that weren't right. And based on the skill set that was presented to me, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let's just see how this goes, because, it's not always a good idea to jump the gun. Sometimes you really have to give people the benefit of the doubt. And so episode 1, episode 2, and then 3 came about, and I'm like having to explain things that should have been automatic based on your level of knowledge that you said you had, based on the skill set that you profess to have, and the industry that you're in. The things that I'm telling you to do just should have been included as basic or, level 101. But you know what? I accepted that. And I stayed and allowed the business relationship to continue for all intents and purposes, assuming best intent and assuming that things would get better the further along that we got. And then Monday rolls around and things were falling apart. Conversations were being had, and I said, okay, let me go and make some adjustments based on what you said that you took issue with. And so the adjustments were made on my end, and I think things just continued to go downhill to the point that I'm now on the mic telling you that the show that I've been promoting, the title of that show will not be aired on tonight. And it's funny because I noticed something that tends to transcend in all relationships, if you watch closely, all the time. This person gets mad at me, takes shots at me on social media. And I'm saying to myself, how dare you? You lied about what you said you could do. You lied about your skill set. You were not a true professional. When in the bigger picture, I called you to the table based on what you said you could do. It was not a problem. It was like, you know, effortless on your part to execute my request. Isn't it funny how people want to vilify you when you call them to the table and you hold them accountable for the things that they have said, for the lies that they have told? Isn't it funny how they vilify you when they don't want to accept responsibility or take accountability for what they have done? Instead of owning their shit, instead of saying, well, you know what, I'm not able to do this. I'm trying to do A, B, and C. I would rather sit back, get mad at you for the lie that I told. Isn't that problematic? And I decided to come to the mic because how many of you have been the victim of false advertisement, where someone that you met when you were in the getting to know you phase of the interaction or the engagement? I won't say a relationship right then, because you're getting to know one another. And based off of the information that they told you, you decided to move forward in a relationship with them. But what they told you was a lie. And as time progressed and as time moved on, you started to notice that the things that they said that they were capable of, the things that they said they could do, the things that they said they would do, did not actually happen. Instead, what you got was a bunch of broken promises. You got a history and a pattern of lies, and a person that refuses to acknowledge their faults and their flaws and accept responsibility for the hell that they are causing you based on them lying in the first place. Like, dude, had you been upfront with me, ma'am, and told me that you were not capable of fulfilling the expectations that I have in this relationship, we wouldn't have made it thus far. How many of you have been sucked into a false relationship with a liar? With a liar who only wanted one thing out of you. Now, what that thing is to be determined by you. But as for me, it was my money. You wanted my money without owning or without delivering the product that I needed or I requested from you. You want the money, but you don't want to fulfill your end of the obligation. And that's problematic. You want to know why that's problematic? Because had I known this, I wouldn't have ever dealt with you. Had I known this, I wouldn't be on the mic today talking about false advertisement. Stop the lying. We are in the year 2021. Ain't nobody got time for liars and people who are just so immature that they don't even recognize you're full of it. You're full of it, ma'am. You're full of it, sir. Stop luring people into a false sense of security with you when you cannot honor your word. At the end of the day, you cannot honor your word because you don't possess the skill set. You know nothing about this industry. You know nothing about this industry. You know nothing about relationships. You know nothing about honoring your commitment. You know nothing about keeping your word. You do not possess any of the skills needed to be able to interact with me. How many of you feel that way? Like, I'm so tired of the lies. I'm so tired of being manipulated into relationships that should never be. Because these people walk around and I think they are so hyped up on their own lies that they start to believe them. You're starting to believe your own lies, and then you get mad at the very people who said, this is not what this is. You told me that you were capable of being faithful. You told me that you was family oriented. You told me marriage was something that you desired, and you saw those traits in me. You told me that you love to have sex and you're required to have a wet one at least 3 to 4 times a week. You told me that love is something that you was looking for and you found it in me. You told me that you was God-fearing and you loved the Lord and you honored the Bible and what was admonished, in the Bible, the things that we should do, our roles in the relationship, and that you was that godly wife. You was that godly husband. You was just waiting to meet the person who you could bestow the title upon. But when we got into this thing, everything that you told me you was a lie. It was the exact opposite. And how dare me to be in my right mind to be able to identify that, hey, sir, hey, ma'am, you are a liar. We don't serve the same God. We don't serve the same God, because the God I serve, first of all, would not have you out here lying like this. You are misrepresenting yourself, ma'am. You are misrepresenting yourself, sir. And because of the lies and the misrepresentation, it causes a domino effect in other people's life. Like, had I known that you was not capable of this, I could have went elsewhere and got what I needed and got what I wanted. I didn't have to waste time on a person like you. I didn't have to waste time going through all of this drama because you lied. You see, your lies cost people. It costs people time, and people don't have time to waste on liars. Be upfront with who you are and what you are capable of doing and what you cannot do and what you will not do. I think that is basic human decency on all levels. There is no respect for the person who sits around and doesn't take responsibility for the lies that they put out into the atmosphere. There is no respect for a person like that. And if you are that person, this is your altar call at DivaSpeaks Relationship Podcast to throw that down, throw that demonic tendency down and get yourself right. Get into the right relationships. How about that? Why don't you start connecting with people? If you are not able to tell the truth 100% of the time, why don't you try connecting with people in relationships, at least where you feel comfortable enough to share with them or expose your weaknesses so that person can be more understanding and work with you, versus lying to the person who is expecting you to honor your word and expecting to see manifestation of the skill set that you bragged about. Connect with people on your level, ma'am. Connect with people on your level, sir, who are willing to accept your flaws, who are willing to accept your lack of, and then you won't have a problem. Or at least be man or woman enough to be upfront and say, I can't do it. I can't be faithful. I can't exist in a relationship. I can't be monogamous with you. It's just not in me. I know that's what you desire, but if that is what you are truly looking for, if that is something that you truly want, if that is something that you truly honor and a must have for you, I'm telling you to go elsewhere, because it does not happen and you can't get it with me. It is time for people to get it right. Yes, I'm coming to the mic on a Friday. Happy freaking Friday, because we are all tired of the lies in every relationship that exists. Now, I'm talking about a business relationship, but it proves true in matters of the heart. Stop the lying. Stop lying about what you can do. Stop lying about what you're capable of. Your resume is full of lies. Jack of all trades, master of none is who you are. You've had a hand at trying the relationship, monogamy, being faithful and committed thing, but you can't manifest that. You're not capable of it. It's not in you. You don't have the skill set. You haven't had enough experience in that particular area to be bragging about what you can do. And people are tired of it. The diva has had enough. So with all of this energy, I come to you this morning, to tell you to tune in to DivaSpeaks Relationship Talk Show tonight. Now, if you missed the last episode that aired No worries. Why should I take you back? The station is going to rerun that particular show tonight. But I guarantee you this, you hear me and hear me well. On March the 12th, when the next, when the next Diva Speaks relationship talk show airs, you're going to get what I promised you, because what you need to know is the diva is a woman of her word. If I tell you something, I stand by what I tell you, and 99.99999% it is going to happen. And the fact that I have promoted something that I cannot deliver because of the lies of someone else, it bothers me to my core, because I'm an honest woman. And I pride myself on dealing with honest people. How many people out there under the sound of my voice know exactly what I'm talking about? Don't you not hate liars? It's like, I just can't respect you. I can't deal with you knowing that you are a liar. Now, if you fool me, that's something different. But knowing that you are a liar and choosing to deal with you after I have come into that knowledge, no, sir, no, ma'am, I cannot do it. For you out there who practice lying, who have fooled yourselves into thinking that you are honest people and that the lying is going to get you to where you need to be and that you are going to be blessed, you might be blessed, but it won't be by the Heavenly Father that we serve. You know, the enemy blesses people too. So anything that you get as a result of your lying is a direct gift from the enemy. Do you hear me? I want you to hear me. Stop lying about what you can do. Stop with the false advertisements. Stop lying to these men about the type of woman that you are. Stop lying to these women about the type of man that you are. Every failed relationship that you have been in is always somebody else's fault. It's never your fault, because you failed to take a good look at yourself and the trail of broken relationships filled with chaos and drama. You fail to look back and take ownership of your shit. You fail to see that you are the common denominator for every broken and bad relationship you have ever had. If you would stop lying about at least who you are and what you have done, things would start to get better for you. I challenge you to do so today. Now, that's my word. Happy Friday. I brought this to the mic. I brought this energy. I needed you guys to feel this. Feel it. It is 2021. Why are grown folk out here lying like this? Does anybody really have time for this? I mean, you really got time to be sitting around trying to sort out what's true and what's not when a person speaks to you. Like, who has that type of time? I don't even possess that skill set, nor do I desire to be able to sift through everything that you say to determine what is true and what is not, what you can fulfill and what you can't. Stop it, please. In the name of all that is holy, your relationships can get better and will get better once the lies stop. And for those of you who can identify with what I have said, you know what? It is time that we actually fine-tune our spirit of discernment. Now is the time for us to fine tune that spirit of discernment, because these devils out here, people, let me tell you something. They are kicking ass and taking names. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care who they cost money. They don't care whose reputation they have the ability to impact, as long as they get what they want. In my case, it was my coins. In my case, it is my reputation that I am trying to establish in this media circus. I tell you what, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Okay, the first time it happened, you're a victim. The second time, you're a volunteer. Remember that. We teach people how to treat us by what we allow, by what we accept, and by the boundaries that we establish and enforce. You must remember that. The diva is reminding herself of that. Listen, this is a beautiful day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. And I'm telling you, I want to end this particular show with this. I'm going to fulfill my commitment and my promise to you. Number one, I'm going to reschedule the podcast show entitled Manipulation. Number two, the talk show entitled Is It for Sale will be aired on March the 12th. That is my word. I apologize to my loyal listeners and subscribers for not pushing through and coming through this time. I'm not taking responsibility. I just simply needed to explain to you what happened, why it happened, and why you didn't get or I didn't deliver what I promised you. That, my people, is the sign of a responsible person and a stand-up woman. That's the type of woman and the caliber of woman that I am, and I expect that from anybody that I deal with. And you should too. It costs you $0 to tell the truth from the get-go. Now, if you start off with the truth and you muddy the waters with lies, I mean, there's a price to pay. Happy Friday. Hallelujah. To God be the glory. Now, what I want you guys to do is to tune in tonight to Access 21. You can live stream my show if you go to tvaccess21.com, or you can just go to my website. No, I don't want you. I want you to tune in, because what you didn't know is that you are helping Diva to establish her reputation in television land. My show has made it, well, according to the analytics that I saw this week, my show is number 2 at the station. So I need you guys to continue to support, to continue to watch, to help me expose the enemy for what he is, which is a liar. Do you understand me? Can you relate to what I'm talking about? Tonight is the night, guys. Tonight is the night. Why should I take you back? Oh, yes, honey. Why should I take you back? Give me the reasons to want you back. You better tune in to it tonight. Let the Diva talk to you and massage you with the message that she has to deliver. And she is me. Don't forget tonight, tvaccess21.com. If you subscribe to Spectrum TV, Spectrum Cable, AT&T Uverse, or if you have a Roku television, check your local listings for what channel the show will actually air. If you have Wi-Fi, you can live stream from the internet from the TV station's website, which is tvaccess21.com. I encourage you to tune in. I thoroughly appreciate your support. You have helped me to reach a little bit over 11,000 downloads. That's how many times the show has been listened to as far as the podcast. And I thank you from the most sincere part of my heart, which is all of it, honey. Until the very next time, you guys better set your clocks and calendars. I want you to tune in tonight. Listen, I want to see you there. For those of you overseas, the station has identified where my views are coming from. My overseas audience, I love you immensely. You better tell some of your friends over there that the Diva over here in the United States of America is talking to you. Tell your friends in India, my Indian followers, thank you for your support. My people in Jamaica, thank you for your support. My people in Australia, thank you for your support. My beloved people from the continent of Africa, I love you. Thank you for your support. Now go out there and tell somebody else that your sister over here in the United States of America, Angela Puerto Real, is not only on the mic, she's televised. Happy Friday. And the Diva has spoken.